I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, you can't
Change your purpose. It's not in the case of anybody.
That's why I spend my life with you.
Hi, hotties, kettles, tea stirs. You're here for hot tea. All commentary is alleged, and in my opinion, this is for entertainment purposes only.
I just been moving too much.
Yeah.
I just want to get it over with, cause I really ain't even let myself process it.
Get out of here, bitch.
I gotta go do this today. I gotta go turn myself in.
See you in prison.
On warrant when somebody was antagonizing me.
Man, fuck a TV show.
Go through the Billy. Ain't nothing. Let's go. Go through the Billy. Ain't nothing. Let's go. Ain't nothing. Let's go. Ain't nothing. Let's go. Ain't nothing. Let's go. Bitch, you back. That's okay. Bring it on. Bring it. Hell. Yeah, you wouldn't even come out. Taking it.
But the fact that I gotta go through the process of a mugshot, possibly, and even looking like I did something to warrant this.
See you in jail,
Let me
bitch.
tell you something. It's insane to me.
Right.
But I gotta go through this.
Get this bitch out of here. That bitch is going down.
You was a product.
The mockery of it. Tear it off. I'm making this video because I want to break down the way Nostradamus is choosing to gaslight and manipulate the audience and put on this facade in this show. I even want to talk about the scene with her and her mammy, because even that scene is for show and to play Stormi up. It's to get or gain sympathy from the fan base and the audience. And Stormi wants fame that bad to where she'll throw her mammy under the bus. In my opinion, Stormi is an ugly as fuck person in her face, based on her proportions, in her soul, her spirit. Everything about her exudes ugliness, jealousy, envy, greed. Because in my opinion, that's who her mammy taught her to be. Even her mammy has a lot of jealousy and envious tendencies toward her own daughter, as you can see, which is probably why she get along with Wanda Bear so bad, because Wanda too is jealous of her own daughter based on the behaviors that they continue to display. Nostradamus the type of bitch that she wants to do any and everything to gain her mother's, or she want to appear to be the type of bitch to do any and everything to gain her mother's approval. And she, again, aligns with her mother's mindset more than anything. Now, people can continuously say that we're haters, we're bitter, this, that, and the third, but I have given you guys a plethora of reasons why Stormi is questionable, and she has gone out of her way to assure that she doesn't answer what most people want her to answer. And so she keeps trying to make it seem as though there's just a fan base that don't like her, and we do this because we try to hold male to a higher standard, when the big thing that this fat-faced, ugly-spirited bitch fails to acknowledge is the fact that people have continuously asked her role in seeking a friendship out with male, knowing that she knew slaw. But she completely refuses to acknowledge that and cut to the point in which she thinks that people just don't like her just because we like male. And again, to me, that's manipulative, that's evil, and that is a gaslighting tactic. She's deflecting from the very fact that people stop liking you based on some questionable actions. And to keep herself from actually responding and answering to those actions or being held accountable to those actions, she is going to, again, just like Carlos, try to even railroad an entire fan base, so she can keep up with this facade. All the hoe have to do is get on the platform and tell the fucking truth about how she aligned herself with Mel to get close to her and she never really liked her. I have mapped out Stormi's questionable actions from start to bottom. And if y'all the type of bitches that just want to support a bitch because y'all think she's successful, so be it. But ain't nobody hating on a weird ass bitch. How she said in the video that Miss Black Titanic and these YouTube hoes are weird as fuck. No, bitch, you weird as fuck. And we have proven that you one of the weirdest bitches we've ever seen on Lamh Chunsville. Ho, your weirdness has surpassed Letitia's weirdness and her microaggressions. At the very end of the day, you had plotted on Melody to get on the show. That is an absolute fact. And also an absolute fact is the fact that you knew the mistress before you ever knew Mel. You said that out of your own mouth. An absolute fact is also your mammy never liked Mel, ever. She used to be in the hate groups talking about Mel before you ever even sought Mel out to do the brand ambassadorship, okay? So those are 3 facts that you have never answered and or addressed. Mel brought you on this platform. Instead of your stupid ass acknowledging that she is the reason why you're on the platform, you try to make it seem like you got your own stain in the reality TV game when your musty nosed ass couldn't even get on Bail Collective because you didn't even stay in the area. People knew of you, but nobody put you on the screen. Lamh Chunsville knew of you, or Kingdom Reign knew of you, but nobody put you on the screen until you got the Melody Cherie connection. So as you sat there in a lot of those interviews throughout the process of you claiming to be trying to build a friendship with Melody, you were completely downplaying her role in you actually being on the show. In turn, you come on the show your first season as a main cast member, and the very first thing that you choose to do is say that you and Mel are not on good terms because she chose to take a break or a hiatus from communicating with people as she always do. Then you make it seem as though you are such this good friend, or y'all was building this good friendship. She should have sent you her phone number versus you having to ask for her phone number, even though you was a thirsty ass bitch all up in her DMs trying to get her attention from the jump. So what would be the difference between you getting her phone number, knowing the lady was being taken to court for full custody of her children at the time? So these are things that will always be questionable, bitch, because as you try to sit on the platform and try to convince real women that are real critical thinkers that can really make sense of certain situations, or really make sense of situations and really contextualize situations, you're trying to convince us that she was a bad friend for not sending you her number, even though the reunion prior to y'all filming again, she had stated that Martell had hacked her phone, so she was a bit cautious. A real black woman that isn't envious, jealous, or have ill intentions for the next woman would understand exactly what that woman is going through, or be able to put yourself in those shoes, because you would never want to go through that. You would never want your husband to do that to you. Even though you feel like your husband would never do that, you would still be able to put yourself in that woman's shoes and hurt for her getting, or potentially going to court to get her children taken away from her, or hurt for her for a man that cheated on her for 5+ years and had a baby on her, would not just let the divorce be the divorce, but in tune, stalk, harass, and try to bully her and try to release revenge P. Instead, you were the type of bitch that aligned yourself with her abuser. And instead of you addressing all those issues first, you try to step on the scene and try to make it seem like the fans are wrong for calling your ugly, ill-mannered ass out for your behaviors. Again, I don't like fake bitches. You try to sit on this platform and say that, oh, these YouTube bitches are weird. You the weirdest, wickedest, evilest bitch we've seen touch this platform. And like I said, what makes you more evil is the fact that you won't stand in your villain era and just be honest about how far you were willing to go to get on this show, but you want to try to play victim and make it seem like you're this mink, soft, sensitive, ugly, fat-nosed bitch when you're really evil, Nostradamus asshole. Like, you're evil, you're wicked, and you're trying to be strategic by, again, displaying yourself to be this soft meat girl, when again you are plotting and you're planning and people see you. And I think that's why you're so mad, because we actually see you. And that's why your ugly ass went and linked up with the AL boy, the person that was also accused of stalking and harassing this person. So again, you have made and created the track record of linking up with all of her ops. You not a real bitch. What type of bitch continues to align herself with abusers because you're trying to get back at that lady? For what? I don't know. Because she won't hold her fans back? That's another thing. Your ugly, bitter ass mammy got on the TV screen talking about, oh, well, she's not your real friend because she would tell people to stop saying this, stop saying that. You, bitch, are not a real friend because you never disclosed the information that needed to be disclosed. We, the people that y'all want her to shut down, aired your ass out. And that is why you mad. So if you was and that's the thing. I would even fuck with you if you was a real bitch. But you're not a real bitch. And that bothers my spirit. Because people that can stand 10 toes down in the shit that they do and say, like me. Because there's a lot of people that try to make it seem like I'm evil and I'm mean. And I say deplorable things, this, that, and the third. But if you're really listening to the message, then you would understand the context and the depth in which I speak. But again, a manipulative, evil bitch like you often get overlooked, and people try to make it seem like they are problematic. But the most problematic people on the fucking planet are evil, fucking two-faced ass, wide-nosed, two-faced nosed assholes like you. You're the type of bitch that play up a facade and literally malign another person to pull yourself up. You are actually doing what you're accusing the fans of doing. And that to me is so disturbing. Even how Carlos King tried to say, okay, well, what are we supposed to do about the fans? What are we supposed to do about the fans? He's ready to hold fans accountable for calling out abusers and manipulators before actually getting to the root of the issue, which makes him a part of the problem as well. Instead of him touching the actual root of the issue, the weed in the grass, he wants to cut off the flowers that makes the garden beautiful. So I don't know. These people are crazy. They wicked. They're weird. And I just had to talk about this because Nostradamus is actually very evil, and more people need to see that. She's actually very, very, very evil. And the more she continues to not acknowledge why people really don't like her, because again, there were millimeters that liked her. Nobody didn't not like her because she fell out with Mel. People saw her actions and were questioning her. So again, like I said, if she wants to continue to hide from the very facts that people are stating and the very questions that people are asking, to me that makes her more guilty. To me that proves that she was never genuine and intentional about putting herself on this platform other than to be nasty, which is why she's getting the outcome from the fans that she's getting. Because I do agree she wanted the fame, and again, I do agree she was willing to get it by any means necessary, even if that meant playing nice with Mel, even though she really didn't like her. Which is why when I bring back the scene with her and Dusty Dan, it hits even harder now more than anything. Hating on a failed nose hoe, I could never. And that's all they're going to ever say. But they're not going to say that I'm lying. They're not going to say that it's not the truth. They're not going to say those things because what I've predicted was absolutely factual, which is why she has this issue from the jump. I also believe that she really, or those weird dumb people really think that Mel tell us stuff because we be calling they ass out spot on, which is why they do stupid shit and go align themselves with a person like AL and Peggy Hager, not knowing if they would do that type of shit to somebody that didn't even do nothing to them, what the fuck would they do to you? A lot of the people that are millimeters, they are literally calling wrongdoings out. And if it's in a way that y'all don't like, who gives a fuck? It's not for no reason, and it's not us making up lies like a lot of you motherfuckers continue to do. So y'all get in the comment section, let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the post notification bell so y'all are up to date each and every time that I upload.
Questions. I'm asking more questions. Anybody would. It's unrealistic to think somebody wouldn't. And I find it to be very weird as fuck when the question, like, when you don't, like.
When you saw my interview with Melody, did you feel that she made it seem that you befriended her to get on the show?
I won't say that because she didn't say that. But I feel like there was a lot left up to interpretation.
Do you feel like that's been some of the miscommunication between you and her and some of the reasons why a lot of the fans may have an opinion about your friendship?
I think that's definitely a huge possibility, you know? So, yeah. And I feel, like I said in the scene, I feel like the people want us to have a problem.
Here come this ratchet ass bitch. Paul, why is you here?
Because when I text her, I just didn't reply.
So you didn't try to call or text after that?
I did.
It's weird that you didn't DM me because I got tons of DMs from you all the time.
No, that's not weird.
You DM me all the, but you don't have my number.
Exactly.
The way I first met Stormi was her team had actually reached out to my management and branding team. And there was a branding ambassadorship that happened between myself and Canvas Beauty, her products. And so that's how we met. We met that way. I pitched her, like I said, I did pitch her to Carlos and them. I'll be honest, I didn't know her before then. And I hadn't heard of her either. One time, someone mentioned her to me, and that was when her husband had first gifted her with her car, her G-Wagon. And they were like, Mel, like, you need to meet this person. Like, look, they doing good things, big things out there. And they showed me, like, I think they had a little video put together of it. It was on social media somewhere when he gifted her with her truck. But other than that, I never heard about her, never heard about her brand. And then when her team reached out to my team, you know, that's how that happened. I met her for the first time and, you know, got to know more about her. And I'm like, oh, shoot, this is what's up. Like, she will be good. She and her family will be good for Love and Medicine. But she was pregnant at the time. And so I knew that's how she explained what she had gone through with trying to get pregnant. I'm like, man, this would be dope. And so that's what it was. And, I made the call, like Carlos said, made the call, pitched them, and now here they are.
Somebody asked the question if I knew Ariane. I always say, yeah, I know Ariane. And let me tell you, I reiterate it. I know Ariane because one of her best friends at the time is Courtney's best friend. And Courtney's best friend used to work for us. Ariane used to sit outside in the car and wait on him. I know her. You know what I'm saying? Or friends know. Never thought that could be interpreted as friendship. I also never interpreted liking a picture in 2020, y'all best friends. And to be honest with you, and if anybody ever say anything different, I'm pulling receipts because I got them. One thing about me, the whole time I've ever been even thinking about doing a show, I was like, I don't know these people. I don't know what I'm walking into. I'm going to always either dining and the T's are crossed. The very first day I ever met Mel in person, I told her, I said, yeah, I'm gonna be with you. Like, I know her, seen her, have said stuff to her. Hey, how you doing? Because, like I said, she had a whole friend that worked at our warehouse. She sit outside in the car.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if her intentions were that or not. I can't speak to what her intentions were.
So have you heard that she know Ariane?
I've seen that.
And is that at all a part of the reason why you may have, kind of like slid back on her a little bit?
No, because I didn't know that at the time.
Okay.
The very first day I ever met Mel in person, I told her, I said, yeah, I'm gonna be with you. Like, I know her, seen her, have said stuff to her. Hey, how you doing?
No, because I didn't know that at the time.
Okay. So that came after that.
Yeah. I mean, so after, things started, I guess, happening on social media, then people started bringing out different receipts and bringing out, reasons why. So I know that now.
The very first day I ever met Mel in person, I
told her, I said, yeah, I'm gonna be with you. Like, I know her, seen her, have said stuff to her. Hey, how you doing?
But no, it wasn't at that time, no. Now, if you ask me if now in this place where I am, knowing that, if that would be something that I would be cool with, no. Just because I'm very protective of my space, I'm very protective of my life, what I do, how I do it, my information. So when it comes to people who are connected to people who I know have an issue with me for no other reason except either they want what I have had or whatever the case may be, I really ain't checking for that.
Let's see your foot. I don't have an issue. I don't have an issue with you. I don't want an issue.
I hear you.
I don't got an issue. No one. I think it's weird. We weird. If anything, I think we have more in common than we have not. And I promise you, I know what you're talking about, but it ain't what it is. I promise you it's not. If you have no idea, it's not. I'm serious. I promise. Is the picture? Because every time I've been on live, I've always said I don't have an issue with this. Every single time. You can run it back every single time.
This is a circus. Marketing queen.
That is. For real.
2022,
it's clear that I don't have a lazy bone in my body, hence why I'm able to still keep climbing as I'm doing. And so with me trying to make sure I am protecting my own peace, I just cut people off if I need to. And don't wish anything bad on you, but I'm just good. I'm good on it. Since y'all are, like, you and Martell, like, y'all cool now, do you, like, see you and her being cool again? I can be cordial, I can be nice, and I still will love you from a distance. I still love her.
I haven't engaged with anyone, since the reunion. And
like, I feel like everybody's here is acting like, we all like hang out all the time. And, I'm kind of not into it, I don't do a lot of fake and I'm just chilling.
Right.
Stop
but
playing.
there's certain people that you can have in your circle. Certain people you shouldn't be fooling with. The thing, I was mad. I was upset. My thing was, if you had listened to us, none of this would have happened. Because you wouldn't have been in the public eye. You wouldn't have been in the eye of these people who have this certain person they want to elevate and bring down everybody else. A certain number of this circle have people who are called to activate. And I'm going to use that word because that's the word that's used to attack anybody. When I go on and I attack this person,
Right. You keep saying this person. Who is the person?
I'll call her name. Mel.
Say it, because you.
Before the show, I never heard of, ever met, nor had I ever seen you, Betty. Never, ever, ever. Never had. One time, I remember someone showed me, I think it was pictures from something, an event maybe, and was like, oh, you need to meet, it was Stormi, you need to meet her. She's doing some great things in business too. I think y'all will be bummed. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I've never seen her before. Cool. That was it. No conversation before that. No conversation after that. The way I'm busy and moving now is the way I've been busy and moving since forever. I've been a sole entrepreneur since 25. So 13 years. I depend on me. I work for me. 13 years. My thought, my intellect, my work ethic is how I make my money. Solely on me for 13 years. So sole entrepreneur. So anyway, never met you, never heard of you. But whenever I did meet you, you didn't act like you had a problem with me at all. You couldn't have told me that you had a problem. You couldn't have told me that you had a problem with me. Never would have thought it. Now, what I feel is strange is that you knew you had a problem with me, but you pretended when you met me. That's a problem. Somebody says it's 25% off. You might need to update your phone because I had to. Thank you so much. You pretended to be okay with me when I met you. And I've been around you a few times. You never acted like, I don't want you around. I don't like her. You never acted like that with me. Whereas me, if I don't really want to fool with you, I'm probably not even going to speak. Like if I don't like you for real, I ain't going to speak. I'll walk right back by you like you don't exist, okay? So, Betty, I've never been a hater. You made the comment that I never wanted your daughter on this show. Never been a hater. I like to pull women along and bring women up, okay? Real talk. I do. So let's talk about it. Your daughter's team reached out to my team. They reached out. There was an agreement made, okay? At first, I didn't want to do it. But then I was like, okay. Let's see. I met her. Okay, she seemed, I think the first thing was maybe there was some Zoom meetings that they did and all that. I was like, okay, she seemed pretty good. And my manager, Dawn Michelle, was just like, Mel, she just said you're like a big sister in her head. Y'all are both from one red light towns, and you're like a big sister in her head. I'm like, oh, cool. She seems like she's sweet. Cool. All right. Okay, cool.
Let's go. So after that, things began to progress. And we started building a friendship. Now, what I'm gonna show you, not Miss, but Betty, because you made the comment that I never wanted your daughter on this show. And the thing is that's not even how I move. The thing is,